Marines, sailors, and civilians at Training Command. I am Brigadier General Jason Bohm, your Commanding General. Training Command is an eclectic group of 76 different schools and courses across the country providing training to Marines and sailors in their primary and secondary MOSs and career progression and enhancement skills. Each of these skills has its own mission, vision, and goals. However, we all share the common bond of instilling the values, skills, and knowledge needed to make the Marines and sailors in our charge better, both personally and professionally. The Training Command Sergeant Major Monson, and I thought hard about what it takes to achieve this objective, and we came up with 5 simple principles that, when followed, will do just that. We refer to them as the Training Command 5. The Training Command 5 are intended as guidance for each Marine, sailor, and civilian of the command, regardless of rank, seniority, or position. They provide broad guidelines for the personal and professional conduct across Training Command, both on and off duty. Subordinate commanders will build on this guidance. When practiced, the Sergeant Major and I believe these principles will help develop us into more capable individuals and ultimately build stronger teams. None of these principles are new, but I expect every member of Training Command to live by rather than just understand them. The first principle is to always put mission first. Mission accomplishment will always be our top priority. We all have different roles and responsibilities that can be translated into missions in our personal and professional lives. Each of these missions differ in scope and time. For example, your midterm mission may be to successfully graduate from the course you are currently attending. In order to achieve this, you will have to accomplish many closer-in missions, like completing your coursework and pass graded events. Leaders at all levels are responsible for ensuring their people clearly understand these missions and supervise, coach, and mentor them to accomplish them. But you too have a responsibility for understanding your individual missions, how they contribute to your unit, or your family's success, and go after them with all that you have. Successfully accomplishing one's mission is the greatest form of leading by example. Although one of our Corps' leadership principles, I believe leading by example encapsulates all of the Marine Corps' leadership traits and principles. Whether the most junior or senior member of your unit, your subordinates, peers, and leaders are all listening to your every word and watching your every deed. My experiences with PFC John Guppy provide an example of how this works. Back when I was a platoon commander, we were still wearing the woodland uniforms with black boots, and I took a lot of pride in ensuring my uniform was always squared away. One day, PFC Guppy from Iowa checked into my platoon. I sat him down to conduct an initial interview with him, but as I asked him about his family, I didn't hear a word he was saying. All that I could do was stare down at his boots. Not because they were messy, but because they were the best shine boots I had ever seen. That PFC, the newest and most junior man in that platoon, just set the standard. He raised the bar for me as the most senior man in that platoon. So what did I do? I went home and shined my boots more to raise to the new standard that PFC Guppy had just set for our unit. Every one of you has that same power. You can lead those around you in positive ways. But the opposite also holds true. If you set a poor example and no one corrects you, you just lowered the bar, and human nature being what it is, others will follow. And soon your substandard performance will spread through the unit like a cancer. Don't let that happen. You set the standard for those around you through your actions. Ensure the example you set results in excellence. I bet you joined the Marine Corps and not one of the other services, with no offense to our sailors, because you wanted to be one of the best. In order to be the best, you have to re-earn that reputation every day. Marines and Marine organizations are expected to excel in everything they do. It is not acceptable to succeed in some areas but fail in others. You just can't be good in the areas you're comfortable in. You must be good in all areas. You may not become the fastest runner or best tactician in your unit, but here's the key. You ought to strive to be. Striving for excellence in all areas will drive us to undertake every task with enthusiasm, professionalism, and dedication to a mission accomplishment. Our Corps and our country require nothing less. We will constantly seek improvement to achieve this excellence. There's always room for improvement. Constantly strive to improve your personal and professional performance. You know better than anyone else what your personal strengths and weaknesses are. Take your strengths and build them stronger. More importantly, use your strengths to help others who may have your strength as their weakness. More important than that, turn your own weaknesses into strengths. I ask Marines all the time, what do you do if you're weak in pull-ups? The answer is obvious. You do more pull-ups. It's that easy. But you need to have the self-discipline to tackle your weaknesses every day. More capable individuals make more capable units. We grow together. This takes us to our final principle, being men and women of character. The Sergeant Major and I define that as doing nothing illegal, immoral, or unethical. Our character is the foundation upon which everything else builds on. These 5 principles are all interconnected and build on each other, but they are not just words. They are guidelines to live and perform by. I promise you, the Sergeant Major Monson and I are living our lives and performing our duties by these principles. We expect the same of you. May God bless you all, and Semper Fidelis.